Hey, it's your girl Reece Odum, and you're tuned in to The Culture with Historically Black Sense.
Hello, what's good? What's good out there? How you doing, everybody? It's your boy DC. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Historically Black Sense, the culture. Today I have the great pleasure of having the lovely Miss Reece Odum on.
How
you doing? How you doing?
I'm awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, taking time out of your busy schedule. Well, you know you all over the place now. All over the place.
I am I?
Really? Hey, I understand. So, I want to get into it. I don't want to waste any time. Nah, I'm not gonna do you like that. See, y'all don't know. We had a brief conversation right before we came on air. We're talking about some questions that I want to ask her. So I'm like, let's jump into it. But no, briefly, tell the people about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Well, as you know, I am an AKA, proud to be, and I'm a professional actress based here in Atlanta, but I also lived in Los Angeles as well. So that's what I do.
Well, let me ask you this. How was Los Angeles compared to Atlanta?
People ask that question all the time. I think that it's just a larger pond, than it is here, because it's really a big thing in Atlanta right now. And to have been born and raised here in Atlanta and see the growth of our industry, it's amazing, because it started off as a music state or city, and now the state is so huge in film and television that I see the same situations happen, but a lot of times they do cast a lot of the shows first out of Los Angeles. So, a lot of us actors tend to get representation there as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I had no idea that you were born and raised in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm a Georgia peach.
Wait. So what side?
Southwest Atlanta.
I heard it come out there.
You
heard it. Southwest Atlanta.
and then I pulled it back.
Dope. So, you're an AKA.
I am. The first and finest. Sorry.
She had to throw that in there, y'all.
1908.
So what made you choose AKA? Or did AKA choose you?
Well, you could say a little bit about both, because I grew up with influences from all sides. I think all of the Greek letter organizations are amazing. But the most influential and positive impacts that I had growing up were from women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So in that growth of a little girl into an adult, I just knew that was who I identified with, which was that's a big and important piece of who you become, as an adult. Like, which organization you choose needs to be based on the likenesses. So I just identified most with Alpha Kappa Alpha, and that's why I chose it.
Cool. I love that answer. I love it. Okay, Mrs. Reece.
Ms.
Odum.
Ms.
Reece. let me correct that.
I am not married.
Ms.
No.
Okay. She has like all these rocks on her finger right now, so
No, very single.
Very single for you guys out there.
My job is my husband right now.
Very single. So what made you get into acting? At what point in your life did you decide that, hey, this is what I want to do?
The funny part about that is my family will tell you that from a very young age, they always knew that I was going to be an entertainer. My parents used to call me the mouth of the South. I was just always acting out with my dolls, and I've just always been a creative. So from dance to playing an instrument, I just always evolved into something that was in the performing arts. So once I became an adult and could make the decision to have a full-time job, my, first instinct, of course, was go to college. And of course, I was going to pledge Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which was probably why I went to college. Let me stop. Anyway, I went to school, and I went to school for marketing, which is a creative piece of me as well. But I always knew that I was at home in front of an audience and on camera, so that's what made me choose acting.
Cool. So, what part does being an AKA or becoming an AKA play in what you do now in everyday life?
Discipline and learning how to work well with people. I think that all organizations can attest to the fact that, it's not easy being in a large group of people trying to work towards the same goal, but you really do learn teamwork in a different way and in a way that helps you to understand things a little bit differently than maybe other people do, because you know that the end result is that ultimate goal. You want a awesome project, as an actor, or you want to meet that mission and that goal within your sorority or fraternity. So it's just, it's one of those things that gives you that opportunity to learn things at an early age that you can take into your adulthood.
Cool. And you hit the nail on the head when you said it's hard to just be one with a group of people trying to achieve the same goal. It's so many different personalities and stuff. I totally understand you on that 100%, and I think everybody out here who's watching should too.
Yeah. You should just know that it's not going to just be all fun and games when you pledge sorority or fraternity, that there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you have to learn to work with each other to achieve it.
Definitely. Okay, so you do have your AKA jacket over there.
Yeah.
Now,
this is one of them.
You probably have like how many? Let me guess.
I don't even know.
5, 6.
You know that there are just tons.
6,
People always.
6.
I don't know. It must be your number. No.
No. It was a wild guess.
No, I have tons.
Okay,
literally.
cool. So can you tell us what some of that means on that jacket?
I'm not at liberty to tell anyone what any of it means. But I mean.
Well, let me rephrase that. Anything that we can see online, 1908. A lot of people may not even know. You stated it, but we're gonna break it down.
On January 15th, 1908, my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, was the first, or became the first, Black Greek sorority to be founded at Howard University. The Ivy Leaf is something that all AKAs will understand and hold dear to their heart. 20 pearls, that's something that is identified by AKAs, Pretty girls wear 20 pearls is a coined phrase that we use. And it's a lot of different things on here, the pink and the green, so those are our colors. And that's it. That's all I can tell you.
Sounds good. Hey, that scratches the surface for anybody who was wondering, because I know somebody's going to watch and say, I wonder what some of that means.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you have it. All right. So, let's get into this game.
This is the hard part, I tell you.
No, real. It's real simple.
Okay.
I have 4 questions here, in no particular order. Now, the ones that you pick, I can't make anybody do anything, but I'm going to say, you have to answer those.
How many do I have?
We're going to pick 2.
Guys?
We're going to pick 2, one at a time. So just go for one first. And
I'll pick number 3 because that was my line number.
You want number 3.
Yep.
Okay. Question 3.
It's going to be a good one.
It's so simple. It may even let you down because I think your expectations of the question is so high. Do you prefer to attend probates or step shows? See, it's so simple. Which one would you prefer to attend?
I enjoy both, because the probate shows, everyone is super excited and, you're bringing in new sisters or brothers into the organization, and they work really hard to put together a show to, have their coming out to society as a new member of our organization. So I enjoy probates for those reasons.
Cool.
But step shows are on a whole nother level, because in those times are when everybody goes and you're repping for your team. It's not just at a probate, it's just your sorority being presented, but at a step show you're going against everybody, so you got to go and rep, and you can ski-wee and do all the different things that we do at step shows. It's a lot of fun. That's
Cool,
why I love both.
Cool. See, now that question was not too hard. That was such a simple question.
Yay, I love it. See, number 3 was perfect.
All right, let's get into it.
Number 1, because we were the first and
You want
finest.
number 1. See what number 1 has
That's
to say.
it.
This ain't the one I wanted you to pick. Okay, what is your favorite memory as an AKA so far?
The day that I crossed. That's my favorite memory.
That's cool, definitely. That's good. See, those questions you picked too, they weren't hard at all.
They were perfect.
I want to go against the grain. Pick one more.
No. I can look at all the cameras.
One more. We all want her to pick one more.
I guess number 4.
Number 4.
See, it's going to be hard.
It's not at all. Do you like undergrad life or grad life better?
Undergrad.
Undergrad
was amazing, and anybody can say that. I mean, once you're done, you're done. But
some people like grad better, especially with organizations. Some people do.
Well, I'll say for me, undergrad was just a lot of fun because I didn't have a job. I wasn't having to go and wake up early in the morning, so you could truly just enjoy being young and in an organization. But you enjoy the work because being in a sorority and fraternity is a lot of work, even from grad to undergrad. So I enjoy both, but undergrad was more fun.
Cool. All right, so let's tell the people about some of the projects that you may have that's coming up that you can talk about, or some of the projects that you've already done.
Oh, wow. Well, some of the projects I've already done are, The Vampire Diaries. That was one of my favorite shows to do because I didn't die. I was on a few episodes and they kept me alive. So, I made a little history with that because I'm not a main character, but I'm, significant enough that I did not get killed. I was on Saints and Sinners for a few seasons, which is a great show as well. And now recently, there's a new show on OWN called Ambitions. It just premiered, and so that'll be like a show that's going on through the summer. And you'll see my character a little bit later on in the season, but I'll be there.
Cool. So who is one of your favorite? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of favorites and a lot of people that you like. Mm-hmm. Who has been one of your favorite people to work with thus far? Whether it's a director, a fellow actor or actress?
It's hard because I've been blessed to work with some really amazing people, but coincidentally enough, I work with Vanessa Bell Calloway, who is one of my sorority sisters, and she gave me some really amazing advice as an actor. And you don't meet a lot of seasoned actors that will take the time to do some of those things. So the advice that she gave me was to always take your moment as an actor. Don't let someone steal your moment, meaning don't let them rush you through it. Don't let them make you feel like you have to rush through it. Take your moments. So I'll always take that with me forever. Thank you, Soror. And she's one of my favorites, but not my only favorite.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have several. That's dope, and it's crazy that you say that because I actually ran into her. I was at a restaurant, and I saw her, and she walked by, and I'm like I'm not starstruck, but I was like, hey, that's Vanessa Bell Calloway. Yeah. And I didn't want to be that guy,
Yeah.
But I at least wanted her to look like, hey, hey, how are you? But she seems like she's probably like so down to earth,
She is.
She's
one of the realest.
Yeah.
From, having the stardom and level of stardom that she has working on, like Coming to America to, what was the other one? She was on What's Love Got to Do with It with Angela Bassett. So it's like she's had this level of stardom that you wouldn't even understand, as a beginning actor. But for her to take the time to talk to you or to give you any level of advice, and she didn't even know I was her soror at the time, but that's why it meant that much more to me because she was, a part of my sorority. And then I told her later, and then every time we see each other now, she's like, hey, soror. If you don't even know someone's name,
exactly.
Once you meet them as a member of your organization that's who they are. You remember that. So.
And you just made a point of exactly why we're doing this show also, because you never know. It's so many people out here. Mm-hmm. Your organization or your school can definitely connect you to people in a different way than you ever would have been connected with them had you not been in that organization or not attended that school. And there's so many people out here who are doing so many different things in society as far as entertainment, business, entrepreneurs, whatever it is that you're doing, you can always meet a fraternity brother or a sorority sister who may give you that extra edge on anything. All right, so before we wrap it up, please tell the people where they can find you at on social media. And you can also just leave any other words that you want to leave. Just leave them with,
Well, you can find me on every social media platform as Reece Odum. That's ReeCe Odum, no relation to Lamar. So I am Reece with a C and Odum with a U. Isn't that easy?
Time out, time out, time out.
I'm sorry, it's true.
You don't want to be Lamar Odom's cousin?
No. I'm just not. Not that in a bad way. I have enough cousins. But for someone to just ask me on a random when my name is spelled completely different all the time, are you related to Lamar? No.
They just want to start. If it's a guy, they just want to start conversation.
It's annoying.
They just want to start conversation. They're like, hey, she's pretty. I want to say something to her, so let me make this joke real quick.
Thank you, DC.
That's what they say.
Thank you.
That's what they say. That's what they say. We definitely thank you for joining us today, taking time out of your busy schedule. We hope to have you back on soon because I know that you're going to have like a million other projects coming up and we definitely want to talk to you about them. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You have been tuned in to another episode of Historically Black Sense, the culture, all things HBCU and D9. DC signing out. Thank you.